Hello friends, my name is Pooja and you are watching my YouTube channel Knowledge Just by Click. So a lot of comments have come for the MCQ questions, that are multiple choice questions for MTET exam. So this is an official sample paper for MTET paper 1, and the section which I have covered is child development and pedagogy. Friends, I have not prepared this paper. I have downloaded this paper from the official website of DIRT and MTET, where you can also go and download the full paper. It's a 28 pages question paper. So as the video will be too long, so I will be preparing sections. So this is for the child development and pedagogy, the 30 questions which I am going to solve for you. I'll request every one of you to take a pen and paper, answer all 30 questions, and please write a comment and let me share as to what marks you have attained. So we will start the paper. So please do it as an test, as a test how we'll be going to do for the upcoming exam. Okay, so let's start. So friends, as I have told you that I have not prepared this paper, this is an official paper which has been there on the website of DIRT and MTET. So this is issued by Government of Meghalaya, DIRT, Shillong. So this is for MTET, that is Meghalaya's Teachers Eligibility Test sample paper for paper 1. So as I told you, there are 5 sections. So this today we will be doing the 30 questions for child development and pedagogy, and I would request all of you to get your exact evaluation, take a pen and a paper, write your answers, and please match as to how many correct you are doing. So this is the MC question. You have to choose one answer. Question 1 is, the branch of psychology which deals with teaching and learning is known as A. Education psychology, B. Philosophical psychology, social psychology, D is development psychology. So the answer for this is, the branch of psychology which deals with teaching and learning is known as education psychology. Question number 2. Childhood stage is a period between option A 1 to 5 years, B 5 to 12 years, C 12 to 15 years, or D 15 to 20 years. So friends, do tell your answers, do write your answers. So the answer for is 5 to 12 years. So the childhood period is 1 to 5 to 12 years. Question number 3 is development. What is development? A is a continuous process, B stops with maturity, C stops with physical growth, stops D continues only up to adolescence. So the answer for 3 is development is a continuous process. So I would recommend as to please study growth and development stages, all these things in very detail. So if in this question development has asked, might be growth can be asked, or the difference between growth and development can be asked. Now friends, moving to question number 4. The physical growth during infancy period is accommodated by A. Motor activity, B. Cognitive activity, C. Assimilation of the environment, D. None of these. So friends, the answer for D is, for answer for fourth is A, that is motor skill. See, I told you, so there one question was with from growth and the other question is from development. So friends, you can see so the answer is motor skill. Now coming to question number 5. Development starts from A. Prenatal stage, B. Infancy stage, C. Pre-childhood stage, and D. Post-childhood stage. So again a question from development is there. So friends, development is very important. So the answer for this is A. Prenatal stage. Moving to question number 6. Which one of the following statement cannot be characterized as an activity based method? So you have to tell which is not an activity based method. A. Asking students to explore the different part of plant. Explaining to children about the different parts of a plant using the blackboard. C. Encouraging the students to differentiate the different type of leaf. And D is facilitate children to collect different type of flowers from the environment and differentiate them. So see, it's a very simple question, but you have to understand the logic. So the answer for 6 is which is not. The first thing, the question is which is not. So the answer for 6 is B. So answer is this. So explaining the children about different parts of a plant using blackboard. So when we use a blackboard and explain something, it is like a teacher centric method and a lecture method. Now coming to question number 7, the term psychology has its origin from A. Latin, B. Greek, C. German, and D. French. Okay, so the answer for 7 is psychology is a Greek word. Psychology is a Greek word. So psycho means mind and logos, logy means study. So study of mind and soul is known as psychology. Moving to question number 8, growth usually indicates A. Change in social behavior of an individual, change in emotional behavior of an individual, C. Change in the quality of or character, or D. Physical change in body which can be observed and measured. So again a question from growth is there, friends. So it's my personal suggestion as to please study growth and development lesson very detailed, so you can expect a question. So growth, what is growth? Growth is a physical change. So the answer is D. Physical change in the body which can be observed and measured is growth. So when you measure someone on the basis of their height, weight, and personality, not in personality, means size, change in shape and size, it comes under growth. But when you deal something related to mind, it comes in development, as to how you developed. Okay, so when you see a child, you can say as to he is tall, but if a tall person may or may not be developed as a small person or a person with a lesser height. So there is a difference between growth and development. Coming to question number 9, which one of the following is a true statement corresponding to Kephalocordial principles? A. Development is from head to foot. B. Development is from foot to head. C. Development is from middle to periphery. None of these. So friends, please tell the answer. So the answer for 9 is A. So you have to understand this principle. Friends, very easy. Kephalocordial principle is that a child first starts moving his head, then his hand, and then moves towards his foot. So when you see a small child in your family, you can see as to, first of all, he is only able to move his head for a few days. Then he starts moving his head, and last he is able to crawl or walk. So this is on the basis of this principle only. Now coming to question number 10, inclusive education is based on the principle, on the philosophy of. So in what is inclusive education? Inclusive education is based on the philosophy of A. segregation, B. acceptance, C. exclusion, and D. none of these. So friends, inclusive education is acceptance. In what is inclusive education? Inclusive education is when we treat all children together and provide them education on a same platform, whether they are differently abled or physically challenged or any children. So when they are taught on the same floor, any type of children and every type of children, it comes under inclusive education. Coming to question number 11, if a child writes 16 as 61 and get confused between B and D, this is the case of A. Visual impairment, B. Learning disability, C. Mental impairment, or D is mental retardedness. So friends, this is option number B, learning disability. So a very famous movie, that is Tare Zameen Par, has made on this. Here he was not able to read and write properly. So something where a child is not able to read and write properly, it doesn't come under, it comes under learning disability. Coming to question number 12, which one of the following is a role play method? A. Children draws the picture of an elephant in a drawing book. Children answers the question given by the teacher orally. Children play the character of Jack and Jill in a classroom. D. Children sings the song ABC. So friends, the answer for this is children play the character of Jack and Jill. So when you are playing a character, it's a role play. You act and understand things. Coming to question number 13, when children with special needs has to adopt to the formal system of education, such type of education is known as. Friends, the answer is inclusive education. So, two-way inclusive education, two questions are coming from inclusive education. So, please study well inclusive education also. When a student focuses on one person in depth, gives a detailed view of a particular condition or set of behavior, then it is called A. Survey study, B. Case study, C. Action research, or D. Experimental study. So when you in-depth study something, it comes under case study. Now coming to question number 15, which one of the following is a constructive approach of teaching and learning? So a constructive approach of teaching and learning is A. Teacher explains the concept of evaporation using a model. Teacher explains to the child gravity and asks them to answer some question asked by the teacher. C. Teacher asks the student to sit individually and do self-learning after the classroom teaching. D. Teacher provides a magnet and pin and provides a magnet and a pin to the student and ask them to explore in order to understand magnetic force. So friends, constructive study is D. So answer to question number 15 is D. Coming to question number 16. A teacher shows the student how to dissect a flower and then ask the children to do the same in a hand-on manner. This method is known as A. Lecture method, B. Playway method, C. Demonstration method, and D. Question method. So friends, this is a playway method of doing things. Question number 17. Children needs were categorized as emotional need, B. Physiological and psychological needs, C. Physical needs, and D. Social needs. So children's need are characterized as both psychological, physiological and psychological means. So needs that are related to body and needs that are related to mind comes under physiological and psychological needs. Coming to question number 18. A classroom where students sit in a row and column, keep quiet, listen to the lectures of a teacher all the time. This refers to A. Child-centered classroom, B. Teacher-centered classroom, C. Both teacher and child-centered classroom, and D. None of the these. So the answer for question number 18 is, it is known as I told you, teacher-centered classroom, where the central position is taken by a teacher. See, in the both difference between teacher-centered and child-centered is who is the main character. So if a teacher is a main character, it's teacher-centered classroom, like lectures, like lectures or giving explanations, it comes at teacher-centered. Child-centered is where teacher acts as a facilitator and children are the main characters. They learning by doing, or learning by activities, a playway method. So this. Now coming to question number 19, which of the following is not an adaptive material for children with visual impairment? A. Braille scale, C. B. Cane, C. Ordinary print textbook, D. Tailor's frame. So the friend answer is C. Ordinary textbook are not used for blind. Coming to question number 20, a learner who could not achieve what he is supposed to achieve due to some external factors is known as A. Slow learners, B. Underachievers, C. Gifted children, and D. Creative children. So friends, the answer for this is underachievers. Underachievers are those children who are like a normal children, but they are not able to do who they are supposed to because of some external factors like lack of teaching skills, or lack of teachers, or lack of environment, something related to outside factors. Coming to question number 21, functional incapability of a person in their day-to-day life is termed as A. Impairment, B. Handicap, C. Disability, D. None of these. So answer is, it is known as impairment. Now this is a match the following. There is list 1, list B given. So you have to match as per the code. A. Non-projective aid, B. Projective aid, C. Audio-visual aid, and C. Experimental aid. 1 is field trip, specimens, television, and 4 is film strips. So the answer for 22 is, the code which matches friends is B. So for A it's 2, for non-projective aids it's specimen, for B projective aid it's film strips, C is audio-visual it's television, and D for experimental aid it's field trip. Okay. Coming to question number 23. A playway method is based on the principle that learning takes place through A. Lecturing, B. Demonstration, C. Listening, and 4 is doing. So the answer is doing. Coming to question number 24. The aim of continuous and comprehensive evaluation is to A. Compare one student with other student, compare one student with his or her previous performance, compare one student with the whole classroom, compare one student with student from other classroom. So friends, for CCM, which is a short form of continuous and creative comprehensive education, the answer is B. Compare one student with his or her previous performance. So friends, I would request that you study CCM because it's a very large topic. So one question is a sample. So please study this topic. Now coming to question number 25. Which one of the following is not a tool for formative assessment in scholastic domain? So A. Observational schedule, B. Peer assessment sheet, C. Term and examination, and D is monthly test. So for 25 it is term and exam. So friends, assessment are two types, formative assessment and summative assessment, and scholastic domain are also from two types, that is scholastic and co-scholastic. So scholastic are related to academics and co-scholastics are related to extracurricular activities. Formative assessment is continuous assessment that is done regularly. You teach a lesson, you ask questions, you give a test. And summative assessment is something which is done at the end of the exam, that are the term and exam. So it is not term and exam don't come under formative assessment. Now continuing to 26 question, CCM, that is continuous and comprehensive evaluation, is also known as A. Continuous and consistent evaluation, B. Continuous and comparative evaluation, C. School based evaluation, and D is continuous and competitive evaluation. So the answer is friends, the other name is A. Continuous and consistent. So it's a regular. Coming to question number 27. Affective domain is related to A. Thinking, B. Feeling, C. Doing, or D. None of the these. So the answer friends is B. Feeling. Something that comes under feeling comes under affective domain. Coming to 28, co-scholastic area under co-scholastic area under continuous and comprehensive evaluation refers to A. Subject-based area, B. Co-curriculum activity and personal and social development, C. Tools of assessment, D. None of these. So the answer is B. As I told you, co-scholastic areas come under extracurricular activities like painting, sketching, drawing, skating, karate, something that is related to non-academic thing come under co-scholastic areas. So friends, co-curriculum activities comes under co-scholastic area for continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Coming to question number 9, the communication process which involves the systematic use of signals and symbols to transform and achieve understanding of information about object or phenomena is called verbal communication, non-verbal communication, verbal and non-verbal communication, or negative communication. So friends, answer for 29 is B. So signals and symbols come under non-verbal communication. Like traffic signals or symbols for traffic or something which is not in written or oral forms come under non-verbal. Now coming to question number 13, which is not. So friends, question number 13 is which is not a correct statement regarding the characteristic of constructive approach. A. The student construct knowledge of their own. B. The classroom environment is democratic. C. The teacher acts as a facilitator. Or D. Students never ask questions. So friends, answer is D. Answer is D. So friends, this is a paper for CPD. Now there is a paper for English, so please I would request go on the official website and answer. Otherwise I am also I have also solved these paper, and I'll be making video for different sections. So paper is everything for EVS, for maths. So so friends, I have solved the CPD section for the official sample paper for paper 1. If you want any other topic, please let me know, comment and do write your answer as to how much you scored in CPD. And friends, I would request learn CCM, stages of child development and growth and development, inclusive education, all these topics in thorough, children with special needs, all these topics. The paper is easy, comparatively easy, friends, I would tell you. So take if do a lot of MCQs and revise. I hope you have studied all these topics to revise this. If you like my channel, I'm also please like, share and subscribe it. I have also prepared for maths and environment, and so I'll be sharing the video. If you like my channel, please share and subscribe to be updated. Thank you.